Hello and welcome in, welcome back. Thank you for joining me and my little buddy here as we make this frog pattern. Look at him, he's all ready to go. So here is our pretty basic leggy frog. So let's get started. He's pretty simple. I think I work him up in half hour. And that's only because we're working in the back of chains, and that slows me the heck down. He's so cute. I hope you enjoy, but let's dive in. And of course, you can find the written pattern at mudsyarn.com under patterns, or under free patterns. All right, so for our leggy frog, I have my green yarn. I have some safety eyes. I recommend about 10 millimeters. I forgot to measure these before I pulled them out. I have a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and of course some stuffing off to my side. This frog is made all in one piece, so there's no sewing, which we love. So we are going to start by making a slip stitch and chaining 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For round 2, we're going to skip the first chain, and then in the next one, we are going to put 2 half double crochets. Yarn over, through all, and then we are going to single crochet 5 down the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 1 chain left, and in that last one, we will do 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, and after 2 they'll start to go. Oh, I'm so sorry if that was really bright. After 2 they'll start to kind of curve around, and we'll be working on the back stage next. So there's 3 and 4, and then in these back bumps of the chain, my lotion is so shiny. Today is all over the place. Sorry about that. But in the back bumps of the chain, we will single crochet 5. 1, and I like to keep the tail in that stitch with working down the thing. That's kind of a way of keeping it out of the way, at least for a little bit. And 5, and then in the very last space, we're going to add 2 half double crochets. And then for round 3, we're going to decrease. I like to do an invisible decrease. So you'll pick up 1 loop from each stitch, pull through. So that's our decrease. And that'll be the, oops, and that'll be the start of our round. And then, so shiny. I just have a small scratch on my thumb. I put a little bit of Vaseline on it. My goodness gracious. We are going to single crochet 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we are going to repeat. So we're going to decrease, and single crochet 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And by doing that, you can kind of start to see there's a little bit of a bump where the top of the eyes will be, and that decrease helps pull it in at the sides. So for round 4, we're going to single crochet around. There should be a total of 16 stitches. And 16. And then for round 5, we are going to increase and then single crochet 7. And increase and single crochet 7. And for round 6, we are going to single crochet around. All right, and for round 7, we are going to add his arms. So we'll first single crochet, and then we are going to chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated, but we can do this. So next you are going to slip stitch 3, again skipping that first one. 1, and I recommend going in the back bumps of your chain. 2 and 3. Next we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and again skipping that very first chain, we're going to slip stitch 1, 2, and 3, and that third one will be in the same space as the last one from the previous finger. And one more time, 1, 2, 3, and then let me put my, we're going to slip stitch 1 and 2. And then you can kind of see where there's that big stitch where all of the, whoops, where you can see there's that big stitch where all of the toes are kind of coming together. And that's where all 3 toes will be in that same chain space. And then we are going to continue slip stitching all the way back down his arm. And that'll give us this cute little hand, no sewing required. And I'll try to hold it up close to the camera when I do the other hand and not let it get blurry, because my goodness, an upgrade will happen one day. All right, and then when we've slip stitched in the last chain, we are going to single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then it's time for the other arm. So we're going to chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, and 14. And here we go. We're going to make the hand. So hopefully I can get this in camera. So again, on the back side of the chain where the back bumps are, skip the first one, slip stitch 2, or I'm sorry, slip stitch 3 for the first finger. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 on the back bumps to skip the first one, in the second, 2, and then again in that same chain space that we ended the previous finger on, we're going to add another slip stitch. So we've got our 2 little fingers, 2, 3, slip stitch, slip stitch, and 1 in the final finger spot, which kind of makes his little palm, and then slip stitch all the way down his arm. This would be a good spot to customize if you wanted longer arms, shorter arms, crazy fingers, more fingers. You just secure them all to the same stitch. That's what it looks like on the back. The more fingers you add, the bigger the hole will get where that chain is, where that space for putting all those slip stitches are. That'll get a little bigger if you stuff it full of fingers. But you could do it. You could give him as many fingers as you want. And back to the body. Whoops, just a chain. And then we are going to single crochet 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we are gonna, now that he's got his arms, we are gonna insert his eyeballs. And again, you can kind of see how he's got the little bumps from the half double crochets. So we'll put his eyes, whoops, right kind of up underneath that. Cute. And then flip him inside out, put the backs on. Take our handy dandy pen and make sure they're secure. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I use an empty Papermate Inkjoy pen tube as my safety fastener tool because it was free and it works pretty well. Cute. Now for rounds 8 through 15, we are just going to single crochet around and with the arms, so we'll single crochet. And then you can see the arm. We know where the chain started, so we'll skip his arm and single crochet in that next stitch, the next single crochet of the body, so that he's got, well, an armpit. But we'll make sure his arms are on the outside and that our end row count is 18, so you make sure you didn't miss any. But again, rounds 8 through 15, just single crochet around, and that will be his tummy. So I'm going to go complete those, and I'll be right back with you. and finishing up round 15 here. Now, as you can see, my stitch marker is kind of into a third of his body. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that off and single crochet to the corner. So if we squish him flat, you can kind of see he's got little corners here. So I'm going to single crochet until I reach this one. So that's 1, 2, 3. That'll be the 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull up a little bit of a loop and we are going to stuff him. Now when you stuff your frog, I definitely recommend paying attention to how the stuffing is going around his eyes, because if you just stuff it, sometimes they'll look a little skyward, or, you know, he'll go a little cross-eyed or something like that. So definitely make sure that as you stuff him, he's looking how you want. Perfect. So now, round 16 for the last row, we are going to squish them together and single crochet through both sides. So hook in the next stitch and through the one you just made. Just like that. And now we are going to make his legs. So similar to the hands, chain 14. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14. And then we are gonna, down the back side, slip stitch 3, 2, and 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the first one, but slip stitch 3, chain 3, and slip stitch 13 all the way. Come on. My yarn has decided that it wants to split. There you go. But slip stitch, I believe 13 all the way back to the body. Yeah, it is 13. And then we are going to single crochet 7. Again, through both layers. 1, 2, 4. And when you get to the last little bit, if he needs any more stuffing in his corners, this is where you can add that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there'll be 1 stitch, or 2 stitches left at the very end here, and we'll make his last foot. So again, chain 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14. Slip stitch 3, chain 3, slip stitch 3, chain 3, and slip stitch 13. And then we'll single crochet the last 2 little bits together. And then I like to finish off by chaining 2, cutting a thread to sew with. I know, I said no stowing. You could just tuck it in his body, I suppose. Actually, yeah, let me try that. So we just put our hook in a random spot, poke it out at the one closest to where it is. And that worked pretty well, actually. So I'm going to cut off this extra. And then there's our little leggy frog. If you want to be super cool, you could, embroider a little mouth on him, give him some Care Bear level tummy details, but that is the very basic leggy frog. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, animals I should make, feel free to post them below. Definitely, again, check out my website, mudsyarn.com, for free patterns, for finished projects, and then find me at Ribbler at Mudsyarn for a couple of paid patterns. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!